Greetings, everyone. Catherine Fogelman here. I am going to make a very exciting announcement. As you see here, this is a book cover. And look, my name is on it. Yes, it is. Catherine J. Fogelman. This is book 4 in the series Heroes of Ravenford, The Princess of Lanfor. The series is authored by F.P. Spirit. He's a very good author friend of mine, and I am very proud and very excited to have been able to author this book with him. And as I understand it, I will possibly be co-authoring other books with him in the future. So I am going to show you his website, and I'm going to read from it. I'm supposed to make a blog post about this and make all sorts of announcements, and I decided I wanted to do something a little different and make a video, and because videos are really popular right now. So go check out FP Spirit's website, which is just fpspirit.com. It's a very cool website. And without further ado, I shall read this blog post. The long wait is over, and Princess of Lanfor is now published. It is available on Amazon as an ebook and should be released in paperback later this month. I will be sharing links in the video description. Thanks to everyone for all their efforts in pulling this installment together. It has been a labor of love, and many folks have lent a hand. Special thanks again to Sandra at Fresh Set of Eyes on Facebook. S Pro Designs, thank you, Shannon. And was marvelous co-author, Catherine. Aww. Okay, yeah. To celebrate the book's release, here is the excerpt, which matches the book cover. I'm sure everyone is dying to know how Donnie and Elladan ended up in this death-defying predicament. This should give you some idea of what is going on in at the time. Yes, but you'll need to pick up the book to get the entire story. Thanks again. And just as a note, yes, isn't this fantastic artwork? As a note, FP Spirit has been sharing other excerpts from this book as we've been working on it, which you can see here on the sidebar. There's about the Druids of Bendenwood, which I had a huge part in crafting all of that and everything. So go check that out and enter the Dragoon. We introduced several new characters in this book. One of them is a Dragoon, and he's pretty cool. Though he and I might not get along because, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you. But if you read the book, you'll find out why he and I might not get along. I like dragons. Other people don't. Okay, I'll stop spoiling. And green dragons and silver tons and a picnic with the princess. Oh man, the Princess of Lanfor, she is a piece of work. Okay, I need to stop now. So yes, go check it out. Oh look, Kaylin Ram. That's my character in this book. Yes, I wrote her. She's awesome, if I say so myself. Okay, so without further ado, I will read the excerpt here. Be sure to go check out the other ones. It gives you a lot more of a feel for these characters, and if you haven't read the books, then you really need to start picking up these books and reading them. You know, I am biased, but seriously. Okay, so, the excerpt. Glowlindir peered from the rail of the Windhammer in utter confusion. Donnie had re-emerged from below decks, but the sandy-haired elf was no longer alone. Beside him stood both Ruka and Vess. A dozen questions passed through the tall elf's mind, but he never got to voice any of them. Ah! Glow's thoughts were shattered by the frightened cry. He spun around to see Martin a few yards away, the gaunt archer inexplicably teetering at the rail. The entire scene felt surreal as Martin lost his balance, then fell backwards. disappearing over the side of the ship. The archer's fall was immediately followed by a strangled cry. Across the deck, Vess vaulted in their direction, the expression on her face mirroring Glow's own sense of horror. Without warning, his arm was seized by a frantic grip. "Watch out! She pushed Martin!" Glow nearly jumped out of his skin. Illustra had grabbed onto him, while pointing at the spot from where Martin had just fallen. Though he could see nothing, Glow's body reacted on its own, his hands instinctively weaving into a familiar pattern. Lloyd, Alana, and Cyclone responded similarly, the ringing sounds of drawn weapons accompanying the wizard's spell. Yet before any of them could take a step forward, a huge bronze blur whooshed overhead. Glow involuntarily flinched, nearly losing his grip on the magic coalescing between his hands. Beside him, Alana's voice cried out, "Go after them, Lloyd! We've got this!" Glow did not turn to see his friend launch himself overboard after the others. Instead, the wizard struggled to keep his grasp on the fiery red ball forming between his palms, lest it get away and harm them all. With a Herculean effort, Glow wrestled the spell back in line, sending the arcane ball of flame hurtling away. Boom! The spell went off with a bang, just a bit closer than Glow had anticipated. The angry red ball swiftly expanded into a hemisphere of brilliant flame, the fire coming so close that they had to turn away and shield their faces. At the same moment, Glow felt a large presence whoosh over them. Still shielding his face from the flames, the elven wizard cracked his eyes open. He was just in time to see a winged bronze shape dive over the side of the ship, with two smaller forms desperately clinging to its tail. Glow watched in horror as both figures suddenly lost their grip on the dragon, then plummeted out of sight. "That was Donnie and Aladdin!" came Axel's sharp cry. A moment later, the flaming ball winked out. Glow started for the rail, but a red and black figure inserted itself in front of him. A pair of violet eyes met his, and he suddenly found himself in the midst of a deep, passionate kiss. The kiss ended almost as abruptly as it started, Illustra swiftly pushing him away. Glow gazed at her dumbfounded, not quite noticing the mist in her eyes. "What was that for?" Illustra responded with a forced smile. "For luck." The Sirius's mouth hung open, her eyes searching his for a brief moment. Then she pushed him onward toward the rail. "Quick! After the others!" Glow hesitated. Something didn't feel right. There was a strange tenor to Illustra's voice. Yet his hesitation only made her push him again. "I said go! The others need you!" Illustra was right. Axel, Alana, and Cyclone had jumped after the others, and none of them could fly. Glow gave the blonde Cirrus one last look, then spun around and vaulted over the railing after his friends. And then we have a break. Okay. Eladin and Donnie had grasped onto Ruka's tail just as she went airborne. The bard a few feet behind his agile friend. My bad. With a flick of her wings, the trio shot across the deck of the Windhammer. Yet before they could clear the rail, a ball of flame exploded directly in their path. They were so close when it went off that Eladin involuntarily flinched. Unfortunately, it had been at the same moment the dragon swerved sideways. Eladin's eyes snapped open to find them past the fire and out into the open air. Sadly, the sudden movement that had saved them from burning also caused him to lose his grip. Ruka's tail slipped away from the bard, leaving him falling unchecked about 2 miles above the earth. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that ship was flying, did you? Okay, stop. Yet Eladin was not alone. Donnie had lost his grip as well, the wiry elf falling through the air just a few feet below him. Eladin cupped his hands around his mouth and called out, "I think she forgot us!" Donnie spun his head around, a thin smirk spreading across his face. "Guess we both fell for the wrong woman!" Eladin half laughed and half groaned. Leave it to Donnie to find humor in a situation like this. Below them, the bronze form of Ruka swiftly pulled away, the dragon teen unaware that she had lost her 2 stowaways. Still, they weren't completely out of luck. "Don't worry, my friend! I can cast Featherfall on us!" Eladin cried. Featherfall was a basic spell that nearly every bard learned. While not as handy as flying, it allowed you to jump from any height and float harmlessly down to the ground like a feather. I would use the crap out of that spell. Okay, sorry. Eladin began to weave the spell, but Donnie interrupted him. No! That's too slow! We need to catch up with Ruka and Vess! Eladin knit his brows together. Are you crazy? Donnie shook his head. Just cast it before we hit the ground! Eladin let out a long sigh. Okay, it's your funeral! Donnie cast a grin at Eladin, then pulled his arms into his sides, at the same time angling his body downward to speed his descent. Eladin shrugged and pulled out his lute, a half-smile crossing his face as he fell through the air, strumming a lively tune. And that is the end of the excerpt. Yeah, Donnie and Eladin are a little bit crazy, you know, but when you have spells like that, you can do crazy stuff, right? So, as I said, go to fpspirit.com. Check this out. It has links and stuff. Of course, I will be putting links in the video description, so be sure to check that out. Here is the book on Amazon. Oh, my name is on it. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah. So, there it is. And if you have not read the others in the series, then the first one is Ruins on Stone Hill. And it's 99 cents right now. The second one is The Serpent Cult. It is also 99 cents right now. Great deal, people. Go check it out. The third one is The Dark Monolith. It is $1.99. I think he is going to be putting that on sale, though. Oh, I'm a terrible co-author. I can't remember. But I think he's going to be putting this one on sale. If it's not this one, it's one of these. For, like, super good. So, anyway, you can get them in paperback or in Kindle. You can get the whole series if you want, which it's not complete yet. You can get the whole series on Kindle with just one click. Click, click. So if you haven't read these books, you really ought to, especially if you like fantasy and stuff. It's the definite, total, all fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons, wizards and elves and dwarves and spells, oh my! So definitely be sure to check out these books if you haven't, and if you have read them, then you need to get your hooks into Princess of Lanfor, because, and FP Spirit will agree with me on this, this is like the best book yet. It is awesome. And this is going to be a 5-book, possibly 6-book series. Woohoo! So we are working on outlines and stuff for book 5. I'm sure you'll be getting lots of updates on those on fpspirit.com. Mostly because I'm a lazy slob and I don't do very good at updating people. So, but FP Spirit's really good at this updating people. I need to get better? Yes. But if you want a really reliable person to keep you updated, go check out fpspirit.com and click on blog. So, I think that's it, basically. Like I said, go check out the other books. I will be putting links in the description below and on my blog, and he has links on his blog, and you can type in FP Spirit on Amazon and it'll pop up. You can actually Google it too, and I think you can find a couple of these or all of them on Barnes & Noble as well. So yeah, and I gotta say, I need to do a video sometime with these books in person so that you can see how awesome these books look off the internet. In my hands. It's like the cover art is so beautiful, And there's nothing quite like actually having a book in your hand and flipping the pages and seeing the cover art. It's totally different. So that is on my to-do list, to make a video with the books, and also eventually to do an author interview with FP Spirit. Wouldn't that be awesome? Do like a Skype interview or something. Anyway, so yep, that's the update. I'm super duper excited. You totally need to check this book out. And in case you're wondering, my character is Kaylin Ran. You can read about her on FP Spirit's website, on his blog. Let me switch scenes here. Kaylin Ran, Deepwood Sniper. Read about her. Of course, if you buy the books, you can read about her then too. So, and she will be a reoccurring character from now on. Possibly a steady character. We haven't completely decided yet. Well, I mean, we kind of have. Yeah, writing is a weird process that you think you're going to do one thing and then something else happens. Anyway, so yeah, check these books out, and I'm super happy, proud, and excited that I'm a part of this series. And look at that, it's just awesome, and my name is on a book. I'm this way every time I publish a book. It's like, oh my gosh, look, my name is on a book. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you all for watching the video, and please go check out FP Spirit's series, The Heroes of Ravenford. And we will see you in the next video. Have a fantabulous day, and peace out.